Assalamu alaikum friends, my name is Bilal Khan and today is my 51st video of DevOps. So in this video I am going to talk about some of the more concepts related to Jenkins. So the first thing that I am going to show you is the build after other projects are built. Alright, so basically this is the upstream and downstream concept in which there are multiple jobs that will be linked together, and if the second job will not be executed until the first one is executed. Similarly, the third job will also not be executed unless the first one is executed. Alright, so in this way, two or more of the jobs will be linked together and the last jobs will not be executed unless the first job is executed. Alright, so similarly, I have wrote it here. Now let's take a look at how to link two or more jobs. Alright, so you can link multiple jobs also if you want to, so that the previous job won't be executed unless the first one is executed. Alright, so the previous jobs could be one or two, and all the jobs will be called the downstream jobs. Alright, because they are above, not above, they are below. Alright, so the downstream jobs are below and the first one is the upstream job that is above. Alright, so the downstream jobs will only run if the upstream job is running. Alright, after that, if the first job is executed, then the second job will be starting. Alright, now let's take a look at how you can go to this concept and understand how you can build them. So first create a job and then go to the configuration option. So what I need to do is to open this first of all the Jenkins, because I have stopped it. So I will write start Jenkins service Jenkins start, and it will ask me for the password. Now let's take first of all wait for it until it starts. Now you can see that it is started. If I check the status of it, you will see that it is active. Alright, so let's clear this, and what you need to do is to create a job first. So let's refresh this page, and it is asking me for my password and the username because I have two users created in the previous video. So if you want to take a look at how you can create a user, you can check out my previous video. So let's sign in by the admin user, Bilal K, and then you can see that this is the dashboard. So I need to create two jobs. Why? Because the first job will be the upstream job and the second job will be the downstream job. So let's create this. Now let's give it a name like upstream. Alright, and now what you need to do is to click on this freestyle project and press OK on this. Alright, so what you need to do is to scroll down and add build steps. Alright, execute shell, and in the execute shell I will write echo, and this is the upstream job. Alright, and now let's save this, apply and save it. Now you can see that this job is this job is created, but it is not built yet. So let me show you that how you can create another job. First of all, let's go to this new item again and write the downstream. And now let's click on this freestyle project, press OK on this. And now what you can do is to, first of all, go to this build steps and execute shell and write echo. This is the downstream job. Alright, and after that, you don't need to stop it there. You need to build the connection between the first one and the second one. So how you can build the connection? Go to this build triggers option, and after that click on this build after other projects are built. Alright, build after other projects are built. So this means that if I check on this, it will ask me for the projects to watch. Alright, so I will give the upstream project, and then if I write upstream, you will see that it is showing me the upstream also here, and now it is asking me for the trigger only if the first is built. Alright, trigger only if build is stable. Alright, so let's save it and take a look at this. If the build is trigger if the first fails. Alright, so let's click on this option and check keep as it is. So I will go through these options also in the later on in this video, but first of all you need to keep as it is. Alright, keep trigger only if the build is stable. So let's apply this, and now save this. So now as you can see that the upstream is showing me this upstream job, and similarly if I click on this upstream, as you can see that the downstream project is showing me this downstream job. Alright, so let's click on the dashboard, and as you can see that both of the upstream and the downstream jobs are present here, but they are not built yet. So what you need to do is to first of all, let's delete all of the jobs that I have created in the previous video, so you can better understand what I'm doing here. So let's delete them, delete this one also. And now as you can see that this is the upstream, this is the downstream. This will run, and then this downstream project will run. This downstream project will not run unless this first one will run. So let's build it now. Alright, and as you can see, there will be the build in the queue. So first of all, downstream. Alright, and now if I refresh this, you will see that all of the projects are running. Alright, this is the first one. This ran 10 seconds ago, and after that this is the downstream that ran 3.4 seconds ago. It means that it ran, this upstream project ran before, and after that when it ran, then the downstream project is executed. Alright, so this upstream project executed at first. So let's refresh this. As you can see that 7 seconds ago this first project was executed, and after that this downstream project was executed. Alright, so if I build it again, you will see, let's click on this, and now build it now. You will see that first upstream is running, and now after the upstream has executed, now the downstream is running here. Alright, so let's execute this. As you can see that this project is executed 10 seconds ago, and after that this project is now executed 1.5 seconds ago. Alright, so this is how it will work. The first one will run, and then the second one will run. This project will not run unless the first project is run. So let's say if I configure it and make some changes here. Let's see if I write any unexisting command. Let's say I write Facebook. Alright, this Facebook is not the command that needs to be executed. This is a social media app. So if I apply this and save this, now you can see that I will go to the dashboard, and when I will execute this, it will not be executed. Why? Because I have written the Facebook or the unexisting command, so this will not be executed, and as a result this downstream job will also not be executed. So let's build this, and you will see that it will show me the option that it is not executed and it is failed. So let's refresh this, and now you can see that this is showing me the failed message, and after that both of the jobs are true, both of the build options are true. The third option is not built. The third build is not executed. Why? Because on the first starting stage the upstream project has stopped. Alright, so if I configure it, and now if I remove this and apply this, save this again, and after that go to this dashboard, and now what I need to do is to build it. Now you will see that this project and this project will also run, and the build number will be 3. Alright, so alright, so this is the build number 4. Why? Because the build number 3 was failed. So if I show you, as you can see, the first 2 are executed, the third one was failed, and the fourth one is succeeded. And similarly, this is the downstream project has not run, so that's why it will the third build will be succeeded if the first job is executed successfully. All right, so it has not failed. The downstream job has not failed, so that's why it is showing me the build number 3. But the upstream job has failed, so that's why it is counting that build option into that build number 3. And it has given me the success message on the build number 4. So this is how you can do this. So let's take a look at the description. First, create a job, and then go to the configure, scroll down, and in the build trigger option, check the option that is build after other projects are built. Alright, so I have done it. It will give you an option to link the previous project. Alright, so with this newly created project, alright, so basically this, you can select the previous project if you want to, or you can create another project that I have created like by the name of downstream, and that project you can also link it to it. Alright, after that you need to write this hello world and sleep 5 seconds command in the execute shell in the first newly created job. So what you need to do is to go to this because I have not written the sleep command here. So what I will do that I go to the downstream project and let's configure this. So let's configure. After that what you need to do is to sleep it for 5 seconds. Sleep for 5 seconds, and this is the command that you need to keep in mind, that this sleep will be written in the downstream. Alright, so let's apply this and save this. So now this downstream will run after 5 seconds. Alright, after 5 seconds if the upstream project is executed. So let's execute this, build it, and now this downstream is executed. Let's wait for it and scroll down. As you can see that it is taking more time. Why? Because the 5 seconds are not passed yet, so that's why. Alright, as you can see, this is the upstream and this is the downstream. This was executed 17 seconds ago, and this is executed 10 seconds ago. Alright, so the 5 seconds has taken place here. Alright, so the last duration was 5 seconds, as you can see. So this is how it will execute after sleeping for 5 seconds in the execute shell, and then it will create the downstream job for you. Apply and then save the configuration, build the upstream and wait for the 5 seconds when the sleep time is over. Then the second configuration means the downstream will automatically be executed. You can design a CI/CD pipeline using the upstreaming and downstreaming. Alright, so I hope you understood. Now let's take a look that build after other projects are built, and the option is failed and unstable job. Alright, so now what you can do that open the newly created job, that is the downstream configuration, and scroll down to the build trigger option and check the another option, that is trigger even the build fail. So what you need to do is to go to this downstream and go to this configuration option, and let's take a look at this another option that I have shown you, that trigger even if the build fail. Alright, so even if the upstream is failing, it will still be executed. Alright, so let's click on this. Now if the upstream is failed, this downstream will still be executed. Alright, so let's apply this and save this. After that, apply and save the configuration. After applying, you made changes in the previous job, it means that in the upstream job, and write an unexisting command. The next job will still be executed if the first one fails. So let's go to this upstream, and after that let's go to the configuration option of it, and in the upstream what I need to do is to write an unexisting command that will be, let's say, Quora. And what you need to do is to apply it, paste it here, save it, and first open the newly created job configuration and scroll down to the build trigger option. Alright, so I have not applied it yet, so what I need to do is to apply it. So let's apply it. First apply this upstream. Now you will see that this upstream job will fail. Why? Because I have written an unexisting command there. So it will be failed, but it will still be executed, and that's why it will show me this success number, build number will be 5. So let's first of all build this, and as you can see that it is currently building. So let's wait for it for 5 seconds also, because I have given the sleep time of 5 seconds. So after this is done, alright, so now it is executing. So let's wait for it. As you can see that build number 5 is executed. As you can see that this upstream is failed, but this downstream is still executed. Alright, because I have given the option to the downstream that the build should be executed even if the upstream is failed. Alright, so that's how it will work. Now let's take a look to the unstable functionality in the upstream job. So what you need to do is to first open the newly created job, means the downstream job configuration, and scroll down to the build trigger option and check another option, which is trigger even if the build is unstable. So I have shown you that how you can check on the option if the trigger is failed, but let me show you that how you can check the option if the build is unstable. So let's click on this option, and after that what you need to do is to apply and save the configuration. Alright, so now I have selected the option that trigger even if the build is unstable. So how you can make it unstable? So let's save this, and after that once you apply the changes, go to the previous job, it means the upstream job, scroll down and write exit 10 in the execute shell. Alright, so let's go to the upstream job, configure it, and scroll down, and instead of writing Quora, I will write exit 10, and go to this advanced option and exit code to set build unstable. So after 10 seconds it will build it unstable. Alright, so let's save this, apply this and save this, and go to this dashboard, and now it will be unstable, but this command will still be executed. So let's build it now. So you need to wait for some time because this will take 10 seconds more to build it. So let's, as you can see that it is asking for some time, and it is building this 6 build number. Alright, so let's apply this, refresh this. As you can see that it is unstable, the upstream is unstable, but the downstream is still executed. Why? Because I have triggered another option. Alright, so once you apply the changes, go to the previous job, scroll down and exit 10 in the execute shell. After that, go to this go to the advanced option of the execute shell, and then write 10 in the exit code to set build unstable option. It will show that after 10 seconds the upstream job will become unstable and the downstream job will still be executed. Alright, so that's how it will run. After that, let's take a look at the build periodically. So how you can build periodically after some time. Alright, so if you want to execute a job and create a build after every 2 minutes, let's say if you want to create a job after every 2 minutes or any time, then you can also do it. Alright, so to do this, first create a job and then go to the configuration option. So let's create a job by another job by using the, let's say, period. Alright, period, and go to this freestyle project, click on this and OK this. Now what you need to do is to scroll down and write date in the execute shell. So let's scroll down and add steps, execute shell, and write the date command here. So what this date command will show me, if I write date in the terminal also, it will show me the date, current date and the time. Alright, so after that, after writing the data in the execute shell, scroll up and go to the build triggers option and check the build periodically option. Alright, so build triggers option, what I need to do is to click on this option, build periodically. So let's click on this, and what you need to do is to schedule it. So how you can schedule it? So what you need to do, once it is checked, then you can schedule the task by writing the cron job in it. Alright, so you can get an example by clicking on the question mark. So let's click on this question mark of the schedule. So as you can see that this is the example that it is showing me. If I scroll down, it will show me the whole example of it. So after that, what I need to do is to copy this option. After every minute, after every 15 minutes, this job will be executed. So let's copy this and paste above here in the schedule. And what I need to do is to change the option of 15 to 2. Alright, so I want to build this job after every 2 minutes. Alright, so instead of writing 15 minutes, I will write only 2 minutes, so that this job will only be executed after every 2 minutes periodically. So let's save this and build this, apply this. Alright, so what you need to do is to write this command to execute the job and build it after every 2 minutes. So let's go to the dashboard, and as you can see that it is waiting. It is first of all I have to wait for it because this job is not ready yet. So let's build it now, and now it will take me some time to build it. As you can see that it is built it now, but after that I have to wait for 2 more minutes until the second job is created. So let's wait for it, and I will fast forward this video so that you can check it out. Now you can see that this second job is created. Alright, so the second build option is created after 2 minutes. Alright, so let's refresh this and let me check this whether this job is another job is created or not. Another build of this job is created or not. So it is not created yet. If I refresh this page again, it is taking 23 seconds. Alright, so it will take 2 minutes more to create this build for me. And now you can see that this third job build is created here 2.9 seconds ago. So if I click on this, as you can see that the last build was 24 seconds ago, 9:24, and the third build is created on the 9:26. All right, so there is 2 minute difference here. All right, so as you can see that this is the second build. So if I console output, as you can see that this is the timing 9:24, and similarly if I go to this third, you will see that this is the 9:26. All right, so there are 2 minute difference in it. So this is how it will periodically build the job. The build in it. So let's first of all remove this configuration, this build option from the configuration, because I don't want to build it periodically. So let's apply this and save this. So this is how it will build the job after every 2 minutes. Alright, so it will execute the job after every 2 minutes. After that, the next concept is the poll SCM, or the source code management. So if you want to monitor the changes in your GitHub repository periodically, then you can also do this. Alright, so we have seen that how you can build, execute the job after every 2 minutes. Similarly, you can apply this concept in the GitHub repository if you want to monitor it after every 2 minutes or certain time. Alright, so you can do this. First, create a job and then go to the configuration, scroll down and then go to the build triggers option and check the poll SCM option. So let's create another job. Let's first of all write by the name, let's say GitHub. Alright, click on this freestyle project, press OK on this, and now what you need to do is to scroll down, and this is the build trigger option, and what I need to do is to poll SCM. Click on this one and let's write the poll SCM schedule here. So what you need to do is to copy the same command that I have copied earlier. So after that, scroll up and paste the command here, and what you need to do is to write the 15 instead of writing 15, I will write the 2. Alright, so this is how I will schedule the GitHub repository after every 2 minutes, and it will monitor it. What you need to do is to, once it is checked, then you can schedule the task by writing the cron job in it. You can get an example by clicking on the question mark. Write this command to execute the job to monitor the changes after every 2 minutes. Alright, so I have done it. The next is to create a GitHub repository and make a link of that repository by clicking on the code button and getting the HTTPS link. So let's go to this GitHub repository that I have created in the previous video. So let's click on this go button and copy this HTTPS link. What I need to do is to give this link in the Git option. Alright, so what you need to do is, as you can see that this is the source code management option, and if I click on this Git, instead of writing, clicking this none, I will enter the repository URL, and if I scroll down and go to this branch specifier, I will write the main instead of keeping it the master branch here. So I will write the main here. After that, what you need to do, once the link is copied, go to the Jenkins dashboard, go to the source code management in the configuration, select the Git option, paste the link there, and change the branch from master to main. Alright, so I have done it. After that, what you need to do is to go to the execute shell and write the following data into it. So let's copy this. And after that, the two things I have done. First of all, I have clicked on this build triggers and check this command, check this poll SCM, and the second one is I have given the link of the GitHub repository. And the third thing that I need to do is to execute shell. So let's build steps, execute shell, and write the following data in it. Alright, paste the following data. First of all, list the data, list the file, and then all the all the readme command will be shown to me, and the index.html file will be shown to me. So these are the files and the data that will be shown to me. So after that, what you need to do is to, after making the changes, apply it and save the configuration. Alright, so let's save it. Wait for the first build, and if you wait for 2 minutes, the build will not happen because no changes are made in the GitHub. Alright, so let's first of all build it now. Where is the GitHub? Alright, so here is the GitHub option. What I need to do is to build it, and now it will take me some time to build this. So after that, if I refresh this, as you can see that this is showing me the success message. After that, what I need to do is to open this build number 1 and click on this console output, and as you can see that these are this is the GitHub repository that is fetched, and after that it is showing me the files, the list of files and the data that is present in these files, and after that the file is closed by giving me the message of finished success. So what you need to do is to wait for more 2 minutes to check the changes, because the GitHub repository is not updated yet. It has not. I have not added more changes in it. So what it will do, it will not fetch those changes. Alright. So basically, I have not made any changes in this GitHub. So that's why it will not fetch those changes. Instead, if I made some changes here, then it will periodically fetch those changes after every 2 minutes, because I have given the time limit of every 2 minutes. So let's refresh this, and now it is taking me 1 minute. It has taken 1 minute 7 seconds, so it will take more time to build it. So let's wait for it. Now, as you can see, that 2 minutes and 3 seconds are passed, but it has still, the build number is still present as 1. Why? Because no other build is created. Alright, because there is no changes made in this GitHub repository, so that's why it is not created. It has not created another build for me. Alright, there is only one build. After that, what I need to do is to make some changes in this file, alright, in this repository. So first of all, I will, let's say, update this readme file, and I will write, this is the updated message. Alright, so let's commit those changes, and after that it is committed. Now what it will do is I will have to wait for another 2 minutes to get those changes. Alright, so it will fetch those changes after every 2 minutes. So because this Jenkins demo repository is updated now, and now I have to wait for another 2 minutes. So let's refresh this to check the timing of it. So 3 minutes are passed, so let's wait for 1 minute more. Alright, so as you can see, the 2 minutes are passed. So what I need to do is to open this, and now you can see that second build is created. If I refresh this, and now you can see that 30 seconds ago the second build is created. Alright, so let's open this, and now let's click on the second build and console output. Now you can see that it is giving me the message, this is the updated message. Alright, so that's how it will work. It will periodically monitor this GitHub repository, and you need to give the time limit for it if you want to. So it will periodically monitor this GitHub repository also if you want to monitor it. So now make some changes in the GitHub and wait for 2 minutes more. After 2 minutes, you will see that the build is created. If you open the console output, you will see that the changes are now present. Alright, so that's how it will work. So I hope you like this video. So if you liked it, then make sure to subscribe to my channel. And if you have any questions, then ask those questions in the comment section below. I'll be happy to answer all of them. So till then, goodbye.